Issues on Peyton Taylor's 20 PT last night, hoping they have things fixed. The Batesville, Arkansas driver will start on the inside of row number 1 here in heat race number 2, brought to you by IMCA TV. On the outside, Adam Maple, the 37C from Batesville, Arkansas.
The second row from Redfield, Arkansas, Chris Carter in the C5, starting alongside Maize, Arizona's Tim Ward in the 151.
Row number 3, Nick Glaze from Cabot, Arkansas on the 46. On the outside, Casey Finley from Bryant, Arkansas on the 17F. And Brandon Smith from Floral, Arkansas, the 115 will start in the 4th and final row. Smith last night finished in 4th. So I believe missing one car, and I think it's, yeah, wanted to verify that it was Nick Glaze or Brian Glaze? Nick Glaze.
Nick Glaze.
In the 46 car, not able to make the call. Peyton Taylor, Adam Maple, row 1. I had to ask Chris Carter. I remember being down here, and that car was always referred to as the Connie 5. Telling me that's been the family number throughout a long span of history. Was it his? Help me out here. Yeah, I put you on the spot. I'll think of it. His uncle, His uncle, I believe his oldest child was named Connie, and I was back in the era when all the cars had an identity. It was referred to as the Connie 5, and that's just been continued on through Chris's career as well. But Chris having a little trouble there through turns 1 and 2. Peyton Taylor quickly to the top spot. Maple in second. And boy, Tim Ward trying to get things wound back up here to the time in the 151. We are side by side for second early in this one.
Tim Ward trying to work around Adam Maple, but Maple coming right back on the high side in the 39, and they'll be door to door down in 3.
Yeah, boy, Ward had to really sling that car hard into turn number 1 the last time. It paid off as he is able to get the position on Maple that time, and he is setting his sights on the Cadillac chassis that is leading Peyton Taylor. Maybe not out of turn number 2 the way he wants, but Taylor had a solid surge down the back straightaway. It is Taylor, Ward, Maple, the top 3, and Smith up into the top 4.
Adam Maple still trying to make up some ground, but here comes the 115 of Brandon Smith out of Floral, Arkansas, who's won several features this year here at Batesville.
Yeah, Smith able to close some ground there. Might have taken him a lap or 2 to get the momentum, and maybe everything kind of set where he wanted to be. And that 115 is closing ranks quickly on Maple. You see Maple, I don't know if he zipped the tires there a little bit or not, but Smith able to reel him in, and I think is going to have that spot here as we come by this time. Got him that time going to 1.
Brandon Smith will take over third, but here comes Adam Maple back down on the low side of 2. Good race down the back straightaway, but Smith will have the advantage off of turn number 4.
Taylor's still the leader. Tim Ward in that second spot. Kind of an equal separation there for what it's been the last couple of laps as, boy, Maple able to get Smith that last time. That is a dandy battle here for 3rd and 4th. We were kind of searching around there for a moment, and suddenly they decided to have another heck of a skirmish as Maple has rebounded back up into the top 3, and Smith trying to crack the code to get him back, and he's got to run down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Smith will move back into the 3rd position. I tell you, I've noticed in a lot of these local drivers, they've changed their line tonight. Those 2 drivers right there don't usually run the bottom, but they're making it work tonight here at Batesville.
Yeah. Smith able to pull away here on the back straightaway in the late stages. White flag on the front straightaway. 1 lap remaining. Peyton Taylor, who said carburetor issues and also a couple things they wanted to tweak on that Cadillac, try and get it running a little better here tonight. So far, so good. Tim Ward riding in the 2nd position. We'll see how they all shake out here as we work through the passing points a little later tonight to set the lineup. Smith, solid run there in 3rd, and Maple will complete the top 4. Next heat race coming to the Speedway. Another driver that had some issues last night. Fresh power plant between the frame rails of Tom Berry's car here tonight. The Andrews Autosport 11. He's out of Marshalltown on the inside of row 1. And last night's winner, Wendell Wallace in the 6 of the Batesville, will start second.
And the second row, the 10N, Mark Norris from Searcy, Arkansas. He'll start alongside Grayson Moore from Jonesboro in the number 7.
Hunter Allison of Jonesboro, Arkansas, the 56 in the inside of the third row. Outside, it's Dylan Knight in the 6K from Burleson, Tennessee. Well, I'd have to say a little more power out of the 11. As talked to Tom briefly here tonight, he said, man, we just didn't have the power we needed. That engine unfortunately laid down. And boy, he and Wendell Wallace going at it already in the back straightaway. Wallace throwing sparks off the right rear corner of the 6M. Tom Berry in command, and Wendell trying to reel him back in here to the back straightaway.
Off of turn number 2, Wendell Wallace settles in behind. Tom Berry down in 3 off of 4. Wallace trying to make up some ground down the front straightaway, and we've got a good battle for the lead off of turn number 2.
So Berry and Wallace able to close ground there a bit down the back chute, but Tom Berry looking good out in front of the all-steel Andrews Autosport number 11. Wallace second. Third is Mark Norris in the 10N. Actually, not the 10N in that second spot, or third spot, excuse me.
That's going to be Grayson Moore moving up in the 7 car. A good run for him tonight as well.
Thank you, Bill. I knew as soon as I gave that third and fourth place rundown, I didn't have it quite the way it needed to be. We need to give a tip of the cap to Grayson Moore. He is starting to reel in Wendell Wallace here a bit as we get towards the halfway mark. 5 in and 5 laps remaining. The top 3 with some separation back to Norris in 4th as we go to the back straightaway.
Well, Tom Berry continued to run a smooth line around Batesville Motor Speedway, holding on to the lead. Wendell Wallace dropped down to the bottom of turn number 4 that time around, made up a little ground. Let's see what happens in turn number 1.
So still Berry and Wallace. Wallace moving his line around some, trying to see if he can find a little better approach. And, well, again, down the back straightaway, Wallace seems like he can make up some car links. Tom Berry still holding serve here at the other side of the speedway as well. Wallace now fully down nearly to the inside lane off the bottom of turn number 2. Moore not able to reel in the top 2 here anymore, at least for now, as we come already here to 2 laps remaining.
Yeah, we've kind of got this one settled in unless something happens. Tom Berry continues to show good improvement over last night in the all-steel number 11. Looks good down in turn 3.
Ready to wrap this one up. White flag in the front straightaway. Tom Berry a year ago swept each and every night of the IMCA TV Race for Hope 71 weekend. Last night, not how he or the team wanted it to go, but I think that fresh power plant serving him well here tonight in the Andrews Autosport All-Steel number 11. Wendell Wallace, quick here another time. He will finish in second. Grayson Moore and Mark Norris will complete the top 4. Ready for your IMCA TV heat race number 4. It'll find Drake Finley from Bryant, Arkansas, the 5F on the inside of the first row. Outside, it's Joey G in the 73G from Bald Knob, Arkansas.
And the second row, the 135, Caleb Emerson out of Weatherford, Texas, starts alongside the X2 MJR, Cole Murphy from Caulfield, Missouri.
From Van Buren, Arkansas, the 7D on the inside of the third row. That is Dennis Schoenfeld. On the outside, Spencer Hartwick, the 9 junior out of Quitman, Arkansas. Spencer Hartwick up into a top 10 run last night. Just taking a gander at last night's racing results. Of course, it is heat race number 4. Hey, want to welcome everybody tuning in on the social media channels here tonight. We are live here from the Batesville Motor Speedway. It is night number 2 of the Race for Hope 71. Portion of the proceeds benefiting the Miracle League of Arkansas. Proud to help support that charity here with the Race for Hope 71. Of course, the Race for Hope 71 presented by IMCA TV. I know you're going to like what you see here on the Facebook Live look in, because last night we had some stellar racing action here, and we are on heat race number 4 in your IMC Modifieds. Drake Finley with a good run down the back straightaway, Bill. He's the early leader, and watch this battle here with Hartwick on the bottom, and holy cow, that is a mad scramble amongst 4 cars here on lap 1.
Yeah, we come off lap number 1 there, the 135, Caleb Emerson. He's just in the middle of a hornet's nest, as you said last night. But look there at Cole Murphy from Caulfield, Missouri, moving up, trying to challenge Joey G for second as they come off turn number 4.
Yeah, G in that 73 able to battle back, but close quarters action for second, third, and fourth. Hartwick on the inside, Murphy upstairs, hang on, is going to wrinkle the skirt there down the back straightaway. Murphy going to smack that horse in the backside, and he's going to tuck the tail right into Murphy's car, and I thought we were going to have 3 cars involved in that as they all got hooked together. And Bill, so yellow flag is out. Bill, if you didn't know, that's how B-mods are made right there.
I've never heard that analogy before. But I see how it works.
Let your mind wander. So Joey G and who did we have?
Cole Murphy.
Cole Murphy boy,
there, who was that was a battle for second, I believe.
Well, I think that might be a little bit of a lesson. If I know you might have felt maybe you got done wrong a little bit, maybe on the back straightaway, whatever, but sometimes you just give them maybe the first bit of grace. You know, kind of was racing hard there, and it's easy for us to say up here with microphones that how you should have done it. But
well, you got to be a little touch and go on these big events, yeah. And because
got to have some give and take.
You know, the heat race finishing in the back of it's not going to get you in the A main tonight.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's right. So again, appreciate everybody tuning in on the social media live look in here tonight. The Batesville Motor Speedway, night number 2 of the Race for Hope. Complete show here tonight. We've got 3,000 to win IMC Modifieds, IMC stock cars competing for 1,500 to win. Also have factory stocks and Midwest mods as support classes here tonight for the Race for Hope 71. Tomorrow we do it all over again. Each night stands on its own. Wendell Wallace and Peyton Taylor, the winner of your modifieds and your stock cars in the IMCA divisions. And I know you're going to enjoy what you see here. Be sure to head to IMCA TV to get signed up to watch the rest of tonight's racing action and also be ready for Saturday. Would love to have you back. And check out the action. 71 lap A main. A year ago, Tom Berry Jr. sweeping each and every event. Last night it was Wendell Wallace picking up his second win in Race for Hope 71 action. And we are back underway still. 7 laps remaining. Incoming, holy cow. Hartwick with a dive bomb to the inside.
Yeah, this we've got a little skirmish going on the back straightaway there, but Dennis Schoenfield is going to power ahead. He's going to settle into 4th.
Yeah, he didn't have any choice. He straightened that car out, like, well, we'll just keep the throttle down and keep moving. It is Finley out in front, Hartwick second. Third is Emerson in the 135, Schoenfeld 4th. It has been an eventful heat race for Murphy, though, trying to get regrouped and trying to get Schoenfeld as we go to turns 1 and 2.
And Drake Finley out of Bryant, Arkansas, driver the number 5, continues to lead. Hartwick back there in second. He's going to try to make a run down the front straightaway as they set up into turn number 1.
Hartwick had such a bold move on that restart. He nearly collected the 5F of Finley. Had to jam on the brake pedal there a bit. And now trying to get on the rebound here with 3 laps remaining. Finley looking good out in front. Hartwick tracking him here to turns 1 and 2.
Well, we get back in the field there. Caleb Emerson out of Weatherford, Texas in the 135, and Dennis Schoenfield out of Amburin, Arkansas round out the top 4.
Pair of laps remaining in this one. Your IMCA TV heat race number 4 here during the Race for Hope. The top 2 have broken away from Emerson. Spencer Hartwick in the second spot. Watches Drake Finley here at turn 4 pick up our white flag.
And on the white flag lap, Drake Finley will lead it down into turn number 1. Will have good momentum off of 2. Hartwick is right back there in second, but looks like Drake Finley is going to hold everybody off in this one.
Out of turn number 4 for the final time. It is Drake Finley, Spencer Hartwick, the top 2. We'll bring Emerson across the line, and to complete the top 4, it'll be the 7D of Dennis Schoenfeld to wrap up heat race number 4. The 5th one, brought to you by IMCA TV, will look like this. It'll be Troy Shaberg from Amity, Arkansas in the 7S on the inside of the first row. And on the outside, do they still call him Hollywood? Curtis Cook out of Conway, Arkansas, the 601 will start second.
And the second row from Maynard, Arkansas, Justin Jarrett in the number 60. Starting alongside Jeff Taylor from Locust Grove, Arkansas in the 5T.
Row number 3, Zane DeVilbiss, originally from Farmington, New Mexico, now calls Marshalltown, Iowa home. He is in the 18 seat alongside the 27 junior from Jacksonville, Arkansas. That is Garrett Taylor. A couple of past winners in Race for Hope 71 action. Jeff Taylor, a win. And Zane DeVilbiss with a win as well. Zane DeVilbiss, of course, was a $50,000 winner in 2021. Jeff Taylor winning on the Thursday night program in 2022 in your IMCA TV Race for Hope. So again, the top 18 in passing points out of your heat races go directly into the IMCA Modified A Main 30-lap feature a little later here tonight. Shaberg had a quick jump, but Curtis Cook, the 601, rockets down the back straightaway, Bill. Looks like he's going to lead early in this one.
Yeah, Curtis Cook has jumped out to a commanding lead off of turn 4 down the front straightaway into turn number 1 with Shaberg in second. And here comes Jeff Taylor in the 5T in third.
The Rage chassis, the 5 car of Jeff Taylor, now calls Oklahoma home, making a pull back here to his hometown area.
You know, actually, I said that wrong. It's Locust Grove, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Seriously? Is that where he moved to, is Locust Grove, Oklahoma? I didn't know it was actually Locust Grove in Oklahoma. Keep educating me, Bill. All right, we come by here another time. The 601, Curtis Cook leading, Jeff Taylor second. Shaberg good around the inside, but boy, that momentum you can gain about 2 grooves up is where Zane DeVilbiss going to come to call. DeVilbiss, boy, they've been wrenching on that car since about noon yesterday, and I think finding some incremental gains in DeVilbiss Racing chassis as Jeff Taylor has nearly caught Curtis Cook in this one. Not yet, well, just at the halfway mark right now. 5 in, 5 to go, Bill. Jeff Taylor's coming as we go to 1.
Yeah, Jeff Taylor's right there in the 5T. He'll set up down at the bottom of the speedway. Cook will lead it off of turn 2 down the back stretch into 3.
So Taylor, well, I won't say he's caught him, but he's got awfully close, trying to run a hard, quick line right around the inside of the speedway. Going to try and build a little momentum. Kind of bobbled there, kind of caught the little dip there in turn number 1. Wasn't able to drive down the banking the way he wanted, but Jeff Taylor continues to close ranks in this one. We got 3 to go.
And we're nearly side by side going into turn number 1. Taylor down on the bottom, Cook up at the top. Cook drops down just a little bit. Cook will lead it down the back stretch into 3.
Jeff Taylor third last night in the A main. Trying to pick up at least more passing points here tonight with a couple laps left. Curtis Cook, I don't know if he adjusted his line a little bit, but he put a couple of car lengths as Taylor one more run at it here as we come to the white flag.
Oh, the white flag lap. Curtis Cook still showing the way, but Jeff Taylor's right there. Both drivers adjust their lines just a little bit, but Cook is going to lead it down the back stretch into 3.
Curtis Cook, 8th last night. Gained 5 spots to get that 8th place position. He will cross the line first. Curtis Cook. And the 601 will fend off and hold off Jeff Taylor there in that second spot. Zane DeVilbiss third. And 4th, Troy Shaberg in the 7S.
You know, one thing we don't know about Locust Grove, Oklahoma.
How good their cheeseburgers are?
That's exactly what was on my mind, is who has the top cheeseburger in Locust Grove, Oklahoma.
Well, probably, we know Batesville Motor Speedway does here. Concession stand is open. Be sure to check out the cheeseburgers and all the good stuff they have at the concession stand here tonight. Something nice cold to drink Also, the gift shop is open. Be sure to get your Race for Hope 71 t-shirts and your Batesville